Hello and welcome to the introduction video on Numpy. In this video, we'll learn about the basic introduction and how do you set up or install Numpy on your machine. So, first let us develop the basic understanding about Numpy. What is Numpy, why do we use it, and how it will be beneficial in our data science and ML journey. So NumPy is the building block of all the other tools and technologies that we are going to see later in this course. So as in the basic section, first we'll work on NumPy, pandas, and then eventually we will move on to the advanced data science and ML stuff. So here the first thing that we're going to discuss is what is NumPy. So NumPy is basically a Python library that is used for working with arrays, and the good thing is that NumPy also has a lot of ready-made inbuilt mathematical functions in the domain of linear algebra, Fourier transform matrices, and etc etc. So if you have already studied about the basic high school math or some college level mathematics, then you would be aware about all these mathematical terms. If not, don't worry, we are not going to go in very depth of all these mathematical terms. We'll just cover the basics that are required for our understanding of the ML algorithms. So NumPy is very helpful in that domain. Now it was created in 2005 by this gentleman called Travis Oliphant, and it is an open source project, so you can use it freely. And the full form of NumPy, basically NumPy stands for numerical Python. So now why should we use NumPy? So as I think as a prerequisite, you already know the basic Python for this course. So in Python we have studied lists and that serve the purpose of arrays, but lists in Python are very slow for the process. So NumPy aims to provide an array object that is up to 50 times faster than the traditional Python lists. So the main important key feature of NumPy is that the NumPy arrays that we work upon are 50 times faster compared to the traditional Python lists. Now the array object in NumPy is called ND array. So this is the key object or key data structure that is the NumPy array that we are going to use, and it provides a lot of supporting functions that make working with NumPy array very easy. And arrays are very frequently used in data science where speed and resources are very important. So for example, if you're working with a huge data set in a data science or ML project, then using NumPy arrays compared to the traditional Python lists will save you a lot of time and resources, and it actually makes your working very efficient. So this is where we use NumPy. I hope you are getting the point. Now let us understand about the installation. So to install NumPy on your system, just use the simple command pip install NumPy. So you've already seen the installation and working of Jupyter notebooks, and after this presentation I'll also give you a practical demonstration on how to install NumPy on your device. So you just have to write this simple pip install NumPy command. After completing this presentation we'll see that. Okay, now let us understand the sample code and then we'll try to implement in the practical session. So here we have imported the NumPy. So import NumPy as NP. This is the alias that NP is the standard alias that everyone uses while working with NumPy. So import NumPy as NP. Then we are making this array variable called ARR and then np.array. So array is a function in NumPy that is used to make one array. So inside this array function we are giving a normal Python list. As you can see, this is a simple Python list that has 5 elements 1 2 3 4 5. When this list is passed inside this np.array function, it will automatically create a NumPy array, and the name of this array NumPy array will be ARR. And now when we'll print ARR, we'll get the desired output as the NumPy array. We'll study later about the dimensions and types of different NumPy arrays and all the operations, searching, sorting, iterating through the NumPy arrays later in this NumPy section only. But for this video, this is just a sample code that I wanted to show you. Now let us move to the practical session and understand the working of all this in the Jupyter notebooks. Thank you. Okay, so let us get started with the practical session on the NumPy introduction. First of all, let us see the basic installation on how will you set up NumPy on your device. So as already discussed during the presentation, you have to use this command called pip install NumPy. So in the first cell of your Jupyter notebook, just type pip install NumPy. You can also use this exclamation mark. As you can see on my system, NumPy is already installed, so it gives requirement already satisfied. But if you do not have NumPy installed on your system, then by using this command you can install NumPy. So after this installation part, let us run a sample NumPy code to develop your understanding. So we can just simply write import numpy as np, and then we'll make one array. So arr is equal to np dot array. So this is the numpy function for building one array, and we can give one python list as the input to this function, and it will make a numpy array out of it. So we'll just write a simple python list, let's say 1, 2 and 3, and then if we try to print this arr, and let us see what do we get as the output. So the cell is running, and as you can see we have now a python a numpy array. So we can also check the type of this array, and as you can see the type is np numpy.nd array. So initially this was a python list, now we gave this list as an input to this np.array function, and this is now a numpy array as you can see in the type. So I'll just quickly repeat what we have done in this code. On the first line, this is a very common practice for all the programs that we're going to use later in this numpy section. So import numpy as np to import the numpy library, and then we have made this array variable using this np.array function. Inside this function you can give a python list to make us array. Now we'll discuss more on the dimensions of the array and other stuff in the next few videos, but as of now you can just understand by using this function we can create a numpy array. Then we are printing this array, and then to just confirm we are checking the type of this array, that is numpy.nd array. So I hope you are clear with the basic installation and the basic sample code of the numpy. Now we'll move to some more advanced topics on numpy in the next few videos. Thank you.